Gentlemen, I'm back once again with another video. Sorry I forgot to turn it sideways. But its name is undecided, but it's between Albert and Alberta. It all depends on whether it's boy or girl. I think it's boy, so it's probably Albert. But as you can see, there's a little bluegill in there that I tried to get Albert or Alberta to eat, and they were being a big baby. Look how adorable they are. There it is. I can't wait till it gets really big. And anyone who doesn't know, this is my little baby common snapping turtle, and I guess that's my new pet bluegill. Nah, I'm giving that to a friend if he or she does not eat it soon. So I think we're going fishing with them next weekend, so we'll probably give him to them then. But I'm surprised because when it comes to food, he just munches. As I say that, all of this food's floating. But the bloodworms are to kind of just keep the bluegill. And Albert, I'm just gonna call it Albert for now. Albert will eat them, but it's not his favorite. That is poop. Those are the kind of poops that come out of him. And those, when I first caught him, those were all over my hands, and it was not fun. I did not enjoy catching him. Well, I did because I love catching turtles, but I didn't enjoy that part of it. And that's poop. Yay. This is just gonna be, I'm just gonna title this episode Poop. But I'm thinking about taking the moss off. My parents are like, no, don't take off the moss, we like it. I'm like, okay, I won't then. But if you saw the last video I made on her, you'll know that I've kind of done a little bit of tinkering with it. I made a little cave because I realized that she was getting back there. She was actually getting stuck right there, so I put the rock there because I had to pull her out from back here a couple times because she'd get stuck. So he or she is a little retarded, so I put the rock there and made a little cave. And she hasn't gone back there yet, probably because she smells where my hand was and she just doesn't like me. But I still have to get a basking light. I know, but she goes out. I put it outside every day to get UV rays and sun to bask, and the water is actually pretty warm, so it's not like I'm putting them in freezing cold water, which I did catch them in, but it's in, my room's pretty warm, so the water's pretty warm. The only tank that I have a heater on is this one, and I'm not even sure if it works anymore. Look how big the cars have gotten. When I got them, they were about 1.5 inches, maybe. Now the biggest one's almost like 3.5 inches. Yeah, 'cause this part of my finger's like 1.5 inches. So I don't know. They're growing, probably because I feed them a lot because they're nags and they just nag for food. But over here, if I cannot run into my fish tank with my rolling chair, is all of these guys. Tyrone, Jewel. I'm just gonna call it Jewel, even though it's boy. And Sly. They're all doing great. As you can see, these guys are so cool and how personable they are. As you can see, I'm completely professional. Great stuff. He or she eats it. I said I was gonna call it a boy, yet I keep calling it he or she, but it likes these a lot, and I'll probably keep buying this brand because I don't know whether this odor blocking thing means anything, but I don't want to figure it out, as in if other food stinks. So eventually he'll go off of pellets onto just pure like plants and fish, but at the moment eats these, and I'll go fishing. I go fishing about every day after school, and if you want me to post more of those videos, because I think I've got one up, maybe. I don't even remember if I posted that. But, I do go fishing every day, so if y'all want to see more of that, I mostly just catch bluegill. I think I've only caught like 2 catfish, and I've caught a crap ton of panfish though. So if you want to see me go fishing, that's what I do after school every day. But if y'all want me to like tell you, if you want me to make like a what I do to keep her up and going every day, tell me, like in the comments. I try and read my comments. I'm really busy, but yeah, that might be a future video. And this bluegill, as I told you, he will not be in here for long, and she will not be in this 10-gallon for long. So eventually I want to get her into like a big aquarium, like 40-gallon, because eventually I'm selling that. Exclude the books and all that, just block that. But I'm selling the TV and the PS4 that's behind those books, and getting a big tank. So I might just get 40 gallons at my local pet store, or $100, well 55s. Remember, 55 40, it's only 15-gallon difference. 55s are $130 more, because they're $230. I'm like, Jesus Christ, people. But that would give a bit more room, so I'll probably end up doing it. And I'll actually be getting a job soon, hopefully, if I can keep my grades up. Scored pretty bad on one of my recent tests, but I'm working harder on that. But as you can see, I'm still overrun with snails. Need to get a loach at some point. I might just let them grow and then start putting them in my other tanks. I'll probably, once I get a big tank for him, I'm gonna give this tank to my little sister Sophia. She's 5 years old and she likes little fish. So if she can still likes fish around her birthday, which is in like 4 months, then I'll probably give this to her and put him in the big tank I'm going to be getting. But I really like this setup. The only thing I don't like about the setup is that the tank's too small for her to last long in, and that pisses me off every time I see it. I don't like my plants being uprooted, but it's doing fine, so it's getting enough like stuff to clean up, I guess. I don't really know what it's called, but as you can see, my room's a mess. Oh yeah, something that I forgot to tell y'all. I actually made the little ramp up, so it kept falling. So I got this rock, which I never use because I hate this kind of like color. I don't know why, I just don't like it. So I hammered it in half, and there's actually a piece of it holding up the ramp. Let me see if I can get that. That piece right there came from that, and what it was doing before is it was way too steep to get it to stay up there, or it would, because I could not get it to get that flat level where she could climb up there. So I was like, I've got a ton of extra rocks, which is why there's a rock just lying in there. But I thought that looks natural, so I mean, I like making my tanks, I like making everything look somewhat natural, or just kind of look like it, I don't know, because I keep looking over at these two, this tank and that half of the tank where the car is in, and I'm like, you can't really say this, Josh. But these guys are doing great. But I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching this video. Peace.